Thursday night, we didn't hear Denzel Ward's name called that much, and that's probably not a bad thing. Pro Football Focus views Denzel Ward as an up-and-coming cornerback and that say that he could become one of the best in the league. Here's what they had to say. Ward is on the path to becoming a premier NFL corner, and Thursday night verified that. Ward saw ample reps in single coverage throughout the game, and he won more often than he lost. On such plays, he allowed just 3 of 9 targets to be caught for 19 yards, although 1 was a score. But he forced 4 incompletions. And of those 9 targets, Ward had his man in tight coverage on 7 of them. Only 1 was caught. It's time to start recognizing Ward as one of the NFL's best cornerbacks. So, Les Mary Kay, my question to you is simply this. Do you agree with Pro Football Focus? Is Denzel Ward on his way to becoming a top-tier cornerback in the NFL?
Mary Kay, does that have as much to do with the defensive alignments that are called as does the individual play? For example, he's talking about Ward coming up close to the line of scrimmage. Is that by design?
You know what? I think that PFF is making a good, strong point here. I think Denzel has taken his game up to another level, which he needed to do. He's a number 4 overall pick. That high of a pick, you would expect to be in multiple Pro Bowls. And, I think right now he's probably already sort of planting his flag to be in that category this year. That was a good game by him. He just looks really dialed in. He looks like his technique is better. And I just think that as the season goes along, I think he'll continue to improve. And I think he's going to live up to that.
Is he doing anything that's keeping the injury bug away? Because the injuries seemed to be a factor early on. Is it different now?
You just never know how that's going to go. But so far, so good with him. Unfortunately, it hasn't been the same for Greedy with that shoulder. But Denzel was able to get out there on that field. No problems yet with the hamstring. Hopefully, we are not jinxing him right now as we speak. But he just looks really, really ready to shut down his side of the field in one-on-one coverage. At
what point does the opposition aim at a guy like that or decide, you know what, the guy's too good, we can't go against him, let's move somewhere else? Is that the 3rd week? Is it 8th week? What is it?
Well, I think once they start to see how well Denzel is playing, you might start to go the other way. But in the case of last week, Terrence Mitchell actually graded out higher, according to Pro Football Focus, than Denzel even did. He only gave up 2 receptions on 10 targets, and he tied Denzel with knocking down three balls, and he just had a heck of a game. He didn't give up any touchdowns.
What do you expect Washington to do against him? What do you expect Denzel to come back in return?
Well, once again, I think that this is a game where those guys have to be on point, and I think that it will help. It helps a lot if your defensive line can get Dwayne Haskins off of his mark and kind of get him rattled for this game and confuse him, and again run some of those games and stunts and then dial up some blitzes and things like that. That always helps those guys in the back end.